Who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. Thank you for joining us, whether you're joining us live on YouTube or possibly on Facebook or Twitch. Thanks for taking the time to spend with us. We really appreciate it. And if you are watching on any of those, make sure that you add your comments into the chat areas. We will get to some of those as the show goes on. We have a really fun show tonight. It's a yearly tradition to have our friends on to chat about the Labor Day Classic, but we also have a 3-game winning streak to talk about. So first, let's bring in our good friend, super fan Mike. There he is.
Here I is.
How is you?
Well, like you said, 3-game winning streak. That's fantastic, and played very well the 2 losses prior to that. So there's a lot of things for all Edmonton fans to be positive. So this is great.
I feel like our guests backstage may have lots of witty comments about that already.
I have no doubt.
I mean, should we just start talking about the good parts first before we? I don't know. Well, yeah, I didn't mention. You may have downloaded the podcast. If you have, thank you very much. Or you may be listening to us on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio. And congrats to the guys on getting the link with Cruise FM. So there's simulcast now on live radio as well as on the internet radio. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
Well deserved to the guys. But if you're listening to us there, thank you for taking the time. All right. We are going to bring in our guest because he said he even watched the game so that he could be part of our recap. It's very risky, I understand, but still, it is that time of year as we prepare for the Labor Day Classic. I believe this has to be the 11th year in a row that we have done this. I'm quite sure of it. Welcome to the show once again, BB Can Ryan Ballantine. How are you?
I'm great, guys. I'm really excited, actually, that you guys have put together a 3-game win streak.
It's true.
I mean, 3 games in a row.
Exactly. Right? That's how many times we beat Calgary last year. I mean, my God, hard to forget.
You're right. Yeah.
I
mean, look, every once in a while you have to have a dip, and in some cities those dips last for 2 or 3 seasons and 1 quarterback. In other cities, those last for generations. It's just how you handle the dips.
It's true. It's happened to everyone.
I was going to say, you really shouldn't be so mean to our Saskatchewan friends. Like, come on now. Actually, go ahead. Yeah, it's fine.
No, we can be mean to Saskatchewan friends. We can be mean to Blue Bomber friends.
That's true.
That's true. They're all fat and sassy right now. Like they weren't a disaster and haven't been a disaster with the longest Grey Cup losing streak outside of Hamilton for a long, long time. Like they're fat and sassy now. Good for you. You've lost 3 Grey Cups in a row. That's congratulations.
It's a dynasty.
You got there. Hey. You got there.
Silver.
Oh, Ryan, I see that your name, you have set it up appropriately for this show. Please explain
everyone's
to
got a
those that are
nickname, right?
listening in. Yeah.
The Freep, Superfan Mike. I'm the Duck Hunter. I came looking for Kayla, but yet again, she has ducked me.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, when's the best time to go out of town? How about right before Labor Day? Nothing ever happens then."
Right.
They're like, she's like, they have a guy for the show. I don't have to be there. It's fine. It's perfect.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's 3 of them. So
That's right.
clearly, I don't need to be there. I can
Camera.
just keep
Yeah, it doesn't
ducking
capture the
Ryan
smoke coming
again
out of her ears.
and again and again. And it's not like it's 9:45 in Ottawa. There's in the middle of the week when clearly she has other plans.
Clearly. Yeah.
Like maybe she's got dinner plans that start at 10 o'clock Eastern or something.
You never know.
You never know. It's possible. It's possible.
Anything. It's Kayla. Anything is possible. Trust me. Anything is possible. All right. Well, here's the exciting part. We get to play this.
Woohoo! Game recap.
Ryan,
I actually, before we get to the recap, do you mind if I go back to the show's introduction? Because that's new for me. I haven't seen that before.
I'm like, oh no. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I like that you found a quote that is equally appropriate to football or an orgy. Both of them are complete. Like it could have been a pregame speech in an orgy. We're going to go in there. We're not going to be denied. We're going to bang them because we're together. I love the idea that it's multifunctional, that no matter which podcast this freak wants to do, he can do a podcast about getting freepy or just playing football. Either
Get your
way.
freep on.
Yeah, I get to use the exact same intro in my OnlyFans podcast. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Which is interesting because you don't get naked on it. You just actually show like this is an Office fan, this is a desk fan, this is an industrial fan.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Andrew's OnlyFans.
Only fans. Yeah.
His free subscribers love him.
This is the fan on my computer. It's exciting. Yeah.
It's thrilling. It's thrilling.
Hey, whatever pays the bills.
Whatever pays the bills. Yeah.
I'm here to help. Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, the game recap.
Game recap. Let's go back to that. All right. So as we said, 3 wins in a row. Elks took the lead early. Kind of had to hang on there near the end, but fourth quarter definitely turned it back up for a 30-20 win over the Ottawa RedBlacks, sweep the season series of the RedBlacks. As I'm saying all of this out loud, I'm just waiting for Ryan's comments to come. I can hear them already as it's going on.
He doesn't even need to say anything.
I know, it's just better. Okay.
Rent free.
Excellent hot start, up 17-0 into the second quarter, field goal, touchdown, and a return TD. Very, very exciting start. So what else you got on this game there, super fan? Let's hear what you liked.
Obviously, Javon Leake, great game.
Yes,
we have for the first time in a long time 2 punt return touchdowns in the same season. That used to happen a lot. A lot more than
the
2.
Last guy was
last one person.
The last one person to get 2 touchdowns.
Tristan Jackson, probably.
Correct.
Yeah.
2008.
A while ago.
Somebody gift that face of Ryan right there. That was amazing. Okay, yeah. It was a while ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. 2008. Whatever else happened that year. Yeah.
I remember.
I bet you do. Yeah, like I said, he's great. Obviously, I'm always going to be a big fan of Justin Rankin. I thought he had another solid game. At one point into the fourth quarter, he was still the leading receiver and rusher on the team. Finished second in both those categories this game, but still an outstanding player, and still, I believe, our MOP this season.
Yeah, I agree. I would say MOP. I think if we were talking about MVP right now, I think that might be switching to Cody Fajardo. He's keeping the team on the right level, that they are not falling into here we go again, and trying to make it so that they are actually continuing to push forward and find that that win at the end. So I do want to give him credit for that. Before I let Ryan go off on the team, I'm going to say that how about the defensive pressure?
Yes.
Our over under last week was the combined
3.5.
number of sacks and tackles for a loss, and I set the line at 3.5, thinking, okay, that's probably pretty generous in the way that we've been lately. 6 in total. Noah Taylor, have yourself a game. I was very excited to see him. He just continues to get better and better.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got to be in that starting lineup before too terribly long. He's got to, he's pushing on the corners. So I'm excited to have him, actually be able to do more. So
football gods are kind.
I was gonna say, what just happened? Ryan turned off his camera, or
Device
something?
is not connected, it says.
Something. Okay, well, we can.
Yeah,
we can-
Noah Taylor, I thought had a good finish to the season last year,
Yeah.
as well. And I was not entirely surprised, given all the signings we had, that he wasn't necessarily going to be a starter. Really glad that he still made the team. I thought he and Elliott Brown last year were both exceptional at the finish off that season. Elliott Brown again, also in football chatter today, because he was released.
Yes.
The Arizona Cardinals may still make their practice roster. But if not, he, I believe, is still under contract for another year from us on a rookie contract. So wouldn't it be great with Robbie Smith going onto the injury list, having him
Yes.
in green and gold? So
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
right. Those two, we've got Brinkman, of course, and we've got Jake Serezna in the middle. I think that could be a pretty solid defensive line. He was our leading sack getter last year with 8. So yeah, definitely some real positives on that defense week after week after week, and it's great to see.
Well, and second week in a row that they hold the other team to 20 points. So
Right.
that's if the defense can hold to 20 points, then you definitely, yeah, you should be on.
You've got a chance for sure.
Yeah, for sure. The Curly Gittens catch, I want to talk about that for a second. Yeah. Injury happens to Daniel Opoku. Our thoughts with him and hope that he's
100%.
okay. It was really scary moment. But then much like after the Lightning delay against Hamilton, they come out and throw the ball downfield on the second and long. There's Curly with the 38-yard catch to take the receiving lead in the game, and beautifully placed ball. I wasn't quite sure he was going to catch it, but it was a really nicely placed ball, and very, very cool to see them, take advantage of that. And Curly just had a great game. 6 targets, 6 catches, 71 yards.
Absolutely. And it's just seeing, you talked about Cody being the MVP of the team. Again, he's in that passing percentage in the 70s consistently, game after game after game. He did have the 1 interception again, but his ratio is still outstanding. Touchdowns, interceptions. But it's not just short passes like you see with a lot of high percentage quarterbacks. He's throwing those bombs and connecting on them. So Curly Gittens Jr., again, a really underrated member of this offense, especially this year. I just love seeing it happen. He's a great player. He's a great person. And it just shows we've got a lot of weapons here. And if you forget about them, we will burn you.
Yeah, 100%. And I think if he keeps on and continues to build this rapport with Cody, he has an outside shot at getting back to that 1,000-yard season as a Canadian receiver, and that's fantastic. I'm very, very, very excited about that. Let's talk special teams.
Yes. Again,
you start.
Just an improvement. I've been really high on Brock Mogensen the last couple of games, and you saw some serious hellacious hits by him and
Alec Reich.
Yeah. It's great to see some of these guys stepping up. Of course, one guy we haven't mentioned on offense, just going back quickly, is Tanner Green, who normally is an outstanding special teamer. Love seeing the longest consecutive serving member of the team. So yeah, that was great to see. But yeah, those two especially, and I already mentioned on the top, Javon Leake, just an outstanding game now. So it's just great to see. He was again the honor roll member for the team again this week. So it just seems like, and 3 for 3 for Blanchard. So
yeah,
it just seems like that special teams. It's amazing when you have a special teams expert as your coach, head coach, how much that's getting prioritized.
Yeah, exactly. He did have one, doink, but it got taken off by a penalty. So the ones that counted, he got them all. So that was that was great. He also had a 68-yard average on kickoffs, and that's that is a great. It's a side note that we have to put in that he's actually, not only doing it just in field goals, he's doing it with the kickoffs as well to change the field. Right. So we'll take it. There's Ryan back once again.
The ghost of Kayla.
Yeah, sorry, gentlemen. I'm not sure what kind of access Kayla has got on my computer now, but I assume that she's the one that just disabled my webcam. It's just broken. It's not working anymore. I plugged it in, unplugged it. I've restarted things. So excuse me, but I'm now on a cell phone.
All right. Well, we can allow it. That's fine.
That's good. That's good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I assume you were missing my comments about the game.
I was waiting for them. Now's the time. Like, what comments do you have on this game?
I mean, given how many 17-0 leads have been coughed up in the league in the last couple weeks, I was kind of waiting. It was 17-0 Elks, and I'm like, maybe, just maybe, they'll give this away. But it turns out that Ottawa is only good against Calgary. I'm not sure why that is. I think if you had said at the beginning of the season that the Bombers and Riders would go 0 for 5 in the regular season, but the RedBlacks would sweep the Stampeders, I think that people would have been as surprised by that. But turns out, no, Ottawa sucks against everybody else, not and they just weren't able to do it. I mean, honestly, I right now I think you guys have a sizzling hot Fajardo, and he's coming in and doing everything he can to keep this team going. And who would have thunk at the beginning of the season when we were talking about Trey Ford and what he was going to bring in this Maximic offense, that the better option would be the guy who can't run, despite his 5 carries for 57 yards. I think Justin Rankin played incredibly well. I was impressed by what he's been able to do in every opportunity I've had to see him this season. And it seems like the guys that finally won the free agency might actually starting to come together as a team and play better and really kind of gel. And maybe that took a while. You've got a brand new head coach who's still, Mark Killam's been around the block for a long time. He's not new in the room, but he's still new as the guy, And so I think when you've got that dynamic of a brand new head coach, as well as a team that made as many wholesale changes as they did in the offseason, bringing in all of these big names. And now you've got all of these kind of egos where I'm the man. They signed me. They gave me the bucket of money. Well, they gave me the bucket of money. Maybe it takes time for those guys to get on the same page. And it seems like they have just in time for the wheels to fall off.
There it is. I knew that was.
I was so close.
Yeah,
you're almost all the way through before.
Almost.
It's almost like we were talking about a game between the Lions and Ticats. At that moment, it was just, and then you just slip it in there, just right.
Well,
yeah.
Again, back to the opening of the show.
Yeah, bang and woo. The. Orgies to sizzling hot Fajardo. That's outstanding. I do want to talk about my favorite play of the game, and you already talked about Tanner Green, but how about the hurdle?
Yes.
How about the hurdle by Tanner Green?
Not bad for the old man.
Catches, all first downs. Like, let's use Tanner Green more. I like this. This is great. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Spread it out to everybody. I love this. It's outstanding.
Give the fullback some love.
That's right. Ryan's still laughing because he's taking everything I say now as dirty, which is
Well,
outstanding.
I mean, you're just
Yeah.
spreading it out to everybody.
That's right. But I mean, hey, but again, whatever pays the bills.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, I think look, I've had this problem with Saskatchewan the last couple of years, right? I can't hate Saskatchewan with the fervor that I used to because I like Corey Mace as a person.
Sure.
Mhm.
I respect Corey Mace as a coach. I like Corey Mace as a person. And now Mark Killam has ruined the Elks for me in that way too. How do you I don't know anybody that can hate Mark Killam. I don't. I think it's physically impossible. If you hate Mark Killam, you're wrong. That's the problem. Like
That's
I
fair.
think that's where I come out on him as a head coach. And I think he's, I can't possibly hate the Elks the way that I did because Mark's there. And now I will feel bad next week when Mark loses because Mark lost. Like I'll feel bad that Mark lost. I won't feel bad that the Elks lost, but I'll feel bad that Mark lost. He'll feel bad, and so it's difficult. So now I want you guys to be successful some weeks. There are some weeks where I'm like, yeah, go ahead, win a game, like feel good about yourselves, have a good time, enjoy yourself, because I want Mark to have continued success.
Just
So it's just more difficult now.
just not when he has to play a red and white team.
Or any team that would benefit in us in the standings to see them beat the Elks.
Oh, I see. That's the other part.
Who would
I
that
see.
be?
Yeah, the Winnipegs, the Saskatchewans, that would be bad if they were to also
I see.
beat the Elks. The
right.
Elks can win those weeks because those are the teams that we're fighting for first place as opposed to fighting to scrape into a playoff spot.
Wow. It must be hard that whole 1 year that you had to actually suffer along.
I mean, it
and
was
then-
difficult. It was
Yeah.
difficult.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what they say? Edmonton does things 5 times better than Calgary.
Is that
It's
what
very
they say?
true. It's very
No,
true.
they don't say that at all. But I mean,
Oh.
we've only ever won one Grey Cup in a row. You won 5. We've
Correct.
won one Stanley
three,
Cup. You
yeah.
won 5 in a row. But we had one bad season, and you guys have 5.
There
So
we go.
you have to live with it. You have those. Are
It
the
evens
rules.
out.
Yeah.
That's them's the breaks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
an interesting take on that. All right. Well, we have lots to talk about still, but Superfan, do you have some fun stuff for us for Hard and Tell today?
Sure. I've got some oddball stuff here.
All
Let's
right.
go through it.
It's time for Hard and Tell.
Oh, what's that?
All right. Over the title. Jeez, what were you gonna say, Ryan?
Oh, I said, in keeping with the theme of my appearance so far, Mike is about to show us his oddballs.
This show is off the rails. I don't know how.
Not made for children.
No, it is definitely not. Yeah,
But they're
All
for
right.
making children.
yeah.
Anyway,
It is.
All right. Just pulled a few things out today. There you go, just for Ryan. So just he's not
I
gonna
just
make
about
it.
joked there. That was pretty good on the drink.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. How did
All
this go?
right.
We're after dark's not supposed to happen till overtime. What is
I
going
know.
on? This is gone different, right off the
So
rails.
much for kinder, gentler. So a couple of odd things that collectors can grab. One of the things everyone loves driving their cars to tailgate. So what looks good on the front of a car is license plates. So
Ooh.
this is a classic license plate from the last about 7 or 8 years or so. But they've done them many times over the years. Here's one from sort of the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
One from the late 90s.
Oh, what's pretty?
This is again early 2000s, and they like that
Oh.
so much. It's just more or less a version of the 80s one there.
I was gonna say I thought the other one was the '80s one, but that's
That is definitely more 80s. And then a classic one here.
oh, that is a classic. Yeah, I do like that old logo though. I do
Oh,
like it.
absolutely.
It's beautiful.
And then the other things I went is more homemade kind of items because I got something recently I thought that was kind of neat. My much better half actually got me a set of coasters that were made with the
Ooh,
logos.
cool.
Super fan on the back. I think I've shown this before.
Ah, yes.
Lovely
the
crib board.
Yeah.
This was a custom design by actually someone that I believe his wife works with your wife. So
Yes, that's right. Yes. So
You
it's
can
very cool.
play it. You can play it during the game, so you don't have to watch.
yeah, that seems fair. And who knows? You can even have a game like this. This is from my brother recently. I just picked this up.
Whoa, what is that?
So it's a dice game. It comes with pegs in the back.
Really?
You roll the dice, and then you can play against your friends and family and foes.
Wow. That's kind of wild.
Made with CFL rules. And then last but not least, this is one from a
Brian
long
is
time
just
ago.
biting his tongue.
I can't help it. Yes, pegs in the back. That's how that works. Like, what? I don't even think you tried there, and you just wandered right into it. It was fantastic.
That's also the title of the podcast.
Pegs in the back.
We're just wandering right into it. And then last, this is a custom job, and I may have shown this many, many years ago. Very, very 60s, 70s. People used to decant all their whiskey, and we have this beauty right here.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
Wow.
And it's got the decal on the front. Someone stuck on there and an EE, and then they've hand painted the player
That's
in green and
wild.
gold. So yeah, just crank it out, have a little bit of whiskey, and yeah.
How do you get it in there? Like what does the
this comes off there. It comes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, perfect. Oh, somebody
Right
please
from-
watch the YouTube so we know what
Actually,
we're talking about. But yeah.
Before we move on from that license plate, you showed a variety of license plate.
I did.
Understand this to be a very influential podcast that at one time was receiving government money. So I just want to point. Well, weren't you on the ATB network, and the ATB is a function of the Alberta?
I guess kind of.
Okay,
Here we go.
Yeah, you at that point, why are we not getting CFL license plates in Alberta?
Like Saskatchewan does, yeah.
Why can we get Flames and Oilers plates and we can't get Elks?
Wouldn't that look great?
Yes, that would look nice. Almost. There are some subtle details I would change.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Subtle details I would change. It just that if I saw that license plate on the road, I would know to watch out. Because I would assume some asshole was behind the wheel.
Stranger danger.
I don't understand why we don't have them. My kid just got a car for his birthday not long ago.
Yeah.
And we went to register and we were talking about vanity plates. And not only that, the one they had up in the Calgary registry was the Edmonton Oilers plate. I'm like, why? Why is that a thing? I assume it's because they were sold out of Flames plates, but still, it just made me upset. And you showing all those license plates, this at one time government-sponsored podcast should at any point be influential enough to get us real Alberta license plates with
I think it's a great idea
on them, whether that be the Elks, the Double E, or the Galloping Horse of the Calgary Stampeders.
Yeah, I agree. That would be fantastic. I did bring that up when I got my custom plate. And there's like, did you want an Oilers plate? I'm like, no. Why would I do that?
Yeah. No.
That's not what I'm a super fan of.
Correct.
I'm a super fan of the football team. Could we do the football team? That'd be great.
Yeah.
It's a much better team sport.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
By far. All right. Well, let's brilliant idea, and I think we should do that. I'll see. I have no influence whatsoever, but
you'll see what pull he's got.
Yeah, which is a whole.
Oh, I just assume that this is played
saying
within
that
the
on
House of
purpose,
Commons
Mike.
break room. Like I assume this is played in the ledge, right? Like
It must
this
be
is just streamed live right into the ledge.
probably. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't they?
In
This
between
point.
Well,
concerts.
that's why you get stadium renovations. That's why you get stadium renovations that are government funded, and we get garbage.
Right.
Because I'm
Must be
not
it.
streamed into the ledge. So
It's well, I can't wait for them to listen to this one. It's going to be great. Yeah,
yes,
that'll be some.
should be.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of jokes that probably won't land. I can say that right now.
Oh, I
Let's,
think more jokes will land in that way than you think.
That's fair. Fair enough.
They
Let's
get their
talk
free fun.
Well done. I can't even get a line out without laughing. All right. Let's talk about the Jackie Parker EE Alumni Golf Tournament.
Yes.
It is supporting the Edmonton Elks Alumni Community Fund and the Players Supportive Fund, which is always a good thing that, not only does the alumni do things to help with junior football, with growing the game of football in the community and supporting people who need that support, but they also support the players that used to take the field for us, our fallen heroes that have come on hard times and need some help. This is a great way to support that. So the golf tournament is at the Quarry on September the 4th. It starts at 8:30. It includes a grab and go breakfast, 18-hole Texas scramble type of tournament. There's prizes. There's a post-tournament banquet. There's a silent auction, which is going to have some great items. And of course, there's a bunch of Elks alumni there. So all the reasons to be there. The spots are filling up fast. I spoke with Matt O'Donnell earlier today. He said that he figures it will be sold out by Thursday or Friday. So if you want more information, check out golfjackieparker.com, and you can join as a foursome or you can join as a single and get put into a group. You guys. So
I just smiled. I like the idea of a
He's full of joy.
function.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Okay.
And
so
if you do beat Gizmo Williams and he actually gives you a coin. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, really? I didn't. Hang on. I'll get a bit. There you go. No, that's cool. Really?
Yeah, and it says, I beat Gizmo Williams in golf.
Seriously?
He's had his own coins minted. There you go.
That's amazing.
That
All
way
right.
we're in our own country. We're good to go.
Well, check. Nice. Check those out and be part of that. So, all right. It is time for everyone's favorite segment of the podcast. That's right. It's time for us to bring in Linda for this week's First Down That Beer. This beer, that beer, whatever. You get the idea. First down this beer. There's Linda. How are you, Linda, in your world travels today?
I am well, thanks. Hi from Vancouver.
Well, thank you for joining us still to tell us about all the wonderful, wonderful fun and games of the beer world. What fun things do you have for us today?
Well, I rather than transport my beer across provincial lines this time, which is getting closer and closer to not being cool, I decided to shop when I got to Vancouver 2.5 hours late. I know they have great craft beer out here, but not where I was shopping. So it was almost reminiscent of last week. I won't lie.
More black.
Anyway, so we are making do. Capiche?
Got it.
So Labor Day, baby. So first up, from the land of the good Ryan Reynolds, we have Wrexham Lager. Wrexham,
Nice.
I know, damn near killed him, right?
Yeah.
As you know, Ryan Reynolds is part owner of the Welsh soccer football team. So because it's football adjacent, I figured why not? And it's the legit thing. It is a Welsh beer, but now licensed to be brewed by Central City Brewers in Surrey, BC. And it is a 4% ABV, so a light lager.
Okay.
Very light.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. Yeah.
For those of you who like light lagers, this is for you.
Okay.
For somebody like me, I actually threw in a fisherman's friend so I could get some flavor. So anyway, I was most curious because it says on the can, it says best before sea can base. So I looked underneath and there's a number 12 there. I thought
That's before 12.
Yeah, so fair enough. I'm best before 12 as well. So
Best before midnight.
yeah,
Outstanding.
we'll put that one over there. But truly, if you like light lagers, that one's easy drinking for you.
Awesome.
Next one, we've talked about our Elks and the 3 wins. And so here's my wish for the Elks on Monday. Shine on.
Shine
Nice.
on. All right. Nice.
Oh, Hoyne.
So this is a hazy IPA from Hoyne Brewing in Victoria. I love that brewery. Been there several times, but I've not had this beer before. So
That one is super hazy. Holy cow.
Juicy, tropical, really light bodied, not too hoppy. Yeah, I'm happy. So can we all shine on? I think we
Amen.
can. At 6% ABV.
Ooh, nice one.
So yeah, that one's super crushable.
Okay.
I just may have to finish that one. Actually, I'm not sure I can because the Shark Club downstairs wants their glasses back. So I gotta dump them in the sink, rinse them out, and run them back as soon as I'm done. And I will say this about the Shark Club. You know, when you're here at Grey Cup, you're not looking too close, but I'm getting a lot of like lipstick that isn't mine and stuff like that. Oh,
Well, you know.
Local color.
Yeah.
So for the Labor Day Classic this weekend and the rematch next weekend, that's about as Canadian as you can get. So here's another one from Dead Frog Brewing in Langley, BC.
Nice.
It's called Canada Proud IPA, complete with national anthem on the can.
Oh,
The
nice.
true north, strong and free, from far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. So, okay, that's pretty strong. At 6.5, it's probably best we stand on guard before we drink this beer. Anyway, that's a good one. So happy Labor Day weekend to everyone. Safe travels, and may all the visiting teams win.
That's your pick? Is you're going
That
straight
is my
to
pick.
All right. We'll go with that. All right. Well, thank you as always, Linda. We will see you next Tuesday to get all the beers ready before Tacos in a Bag.
I'll be there.
Awesome. Thanks, all right.
Speaking of tailgates and beer, I can't quite put the open invitation to everybody, but Andrew, are you making the road trip this year? And Mike, are you guys coming down?
I
Can't
wish
make it this year.
Yeah, I can't make it.
God, I
'cause
hate
it's
these
a
later
game.
starts.
Yeah, if it was 2, I'd be there, but 4, it's just too difficult with too much other stuff going on. But
what do you have going on after the game?
Well, I have
Drive
to.
home.
I don't know if you know this, but I write for 3 Down Nation, so I have to do that. And then
Name drop.
and then
Just
I have
tell JC you're going to write it on Tuesday. That's what I do.
And then I have I don't have time on Tuesday because of my regular job, and also my son starts grade 10 on Tuesday. So assuming that we have school going on, so I do want to be here for that. So.
I mean, that's a fair thing to say. The only reason I was bringing it up is I'm going to be deep frying a turkey in the parking lot at McMahon.
Nice.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, I've decided to go with a deep fried turkey for my tailgate meal. Yeah, I figured if you were coming down, you could have brought some green beans or something. And
Are you on the east side again?
I am on the east side. I'm not with the old space,
Yeah.
but I am in a different space, and I would have given you directions.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Could have saved you a leg.
Yeah.
Could have saved me well, I don't know. I kind of prefer. Well, I was gonna say you could save me a breast, but that's for this.
I mean, leg man, breast man, whatever. The post nose, however you want to, whatever you want to put
Jugs
your tongue
man.
on.
Jugs man, that's right. Yeah, that's for the Jugs machine, just so that we're all clear. Yeah.
Yes. Well, of course.
Of course.
What else could it be?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
That's that machine that simulates boobs, right?
That's the one.
Is that what it does?
I can't wait to tell the players that when we're there next. That's that
How does
machine,
that
right?
happen?
Good Lord, let's get back on track, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the game preview.
Oh, I mute you at the perfect time, Ryan.
I know.
Every time.
Every time.
It's outstanding. Yeah. Do you want to tell me what you said as they did
Oh,
that?
I said because we've been on track.
The whole show. Yeah. All right. It is the Labor Day Classic. Elks roll into Calgary for the game at 4 p.m. as we discussed. I hate the late time. I wish it was still at 2, but it's at 4 p.m. on Monday. And I mean, I guess my only preamble is Calgary's playing great right now. They had an amazing game against the Riders. They're playing well in all phases. That defense is playing better than I ever expected before this season started. Ryan, tell us a little bit about this overhaul and the step forward by the team as compared to last year.
I mean, the Jake Maier era of the Calgary Stampeders was punctuated by untimely turnovers and narrow losses. If you look back at the Maier era in Calgary, more than half of Calgary's losses over the last 3 seasons have come by 1 or fewer scores. So 7 or fewer points. Half their losses were 7 or fewer points. They signed Vernon Adams Jr., or they trade for and then sign Vernon Adams Jr. in the offseason. And I don't think there's anybody across the league that wouldn't have said that Vernon Adams Jr. is a touchdown better a game quarterback than Jake Maier. I think that's an average. That's a thing to say. And I don't think anybody would disagree. You had, and when talking about untimely turnovers, they were typically in the fourth quarter, which led to the defense having to be on the field more, which led to them being tired, and you lose the game in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
This year, that's just not happening. When you look at Calgary's losses this year, you have that torrential rain pour game against Ottawa and McMahon, which, I mean, when you're playing in those conditions, that really aggravates the any day, any team, anytime philosophy that a team can be victorious. I mean, Calgary had lost Markel Lee, who was their starting linebacker. Their replacement for that game was not up to the task of stopping the Ottawa run. And so they ran over Calgary for like 200 and some odd yards on the ground that day. And that was just enough to beat the Stampeders in that moment. The other 2 losses this season, Vernon Adams missed the fourth quarter against Montreal, or against Ottawa the second time, and Calgary gets 4 2-and-outs from PJ Walker. And then they go into play Montreal with PJ Walker as the starting quarterback, and they lose there. I think it is very safe to say right now, I think you can conceivably make a case that if Vernon Adams didn't get injured in that game, when he did and missed the following game, that the Stampeders could be a 9-1 team. Now, what's most remarkable about that for me is the idea that they also wholesale change on defense. 12 new starters. And I will go to the encyclopedia above me on the screen to ask how frequently a team comes out with 12 new starters and is immediately the best unit in the league at what they do. Because, I expect not only do you know all of the historical roster moves for the Elks, but that's league wide.
Yeah, I mean, last time was the 5th of never.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
No.
You have 12 new starters on this defense, and even through injury, they haven't really missed a beat. You had Adrian Green, who had 4 interceptions. He's missed 4 games now. Markel Lee, who came out as a dominant performance in his first couple weeks before he was lost for the season. You've got all of these changes everywhere on the roster, and everybody's performing. I think a massive difference. I mean, they bring in Derek Moncrief, who was effectively on the scrap heap. I mean, if we're being real about it, nobody wanted Derek Moncrief, and Calgary's turned him into an all-star caliber linebacker again. I think it's just been remarkable what's happened with this defense. And credit the defensive coordinator for giving them a system that they can play within. It is very bend, don't break. We're going to give you that 7-yard pass all day, because eventually you're going to drop one, and you're not going to be able to drive the length of the field on 7-yard passes. It's just not going to happen. Eventually you'll drop one, and that'll be enough. And we're going to completely shut down your run game, which they have done to running back after running back after running back outside of that one game in the rain against Ottawa. They've shut down everybody from a rush standpoint. I think at one point that the Stamps were among the worst rush defenses in the league. But if you took away that Ottawa game and you averaged out what they were giving up in all their other games, they became the best rush defense in the league. So I think it's just really been a remarkable turnaround, and credit to all of the football ops team for being able to do that in such a short time. I mean, you guys know how difficult it is to rebuild a team from scratch. You've watched it happen
Year
or
after
5
year.
times in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work for you over and over again. And right down here in Calgary, they just committed to dumping everybody that wasn't working and changing it over. It's been a remarkable turnaround, and it's great to watch Vernon Adams come in and just really take control of this team in the locker room and really step up as a leader.
And not be worried that there's somebody else that's going to be coming or arriving to take his spot, right? Like, I think that I think we really do have to, Vernon has really never seemed to be just given the reins to be like, here, you are our guy. We want you to do all of this. And Calgary has done that really well. But they have. I think that helps it, right?
Yeah, respectfully to PJ Walker, nobody thought PJ Walker was going to be the starter over Vernon Adams.
No.
I don't think anybody thought that. And I think you're right. I think everywhere Vernon's gone throughout his career, in spite of what he's done, it's never been enough.
Yeah.
And I think in that vein, by the way, I do think Trey Ford has a future in this league, because I see that their careers are very similar in that Vernon was a scrambling quarterback who threw some picks, but would extend plays and make miracles happen on the field. And now he's kind of settled into a more experienced mindset as far as that's concerned, from what I'm seeing in him. He's taking what's given to him more often than not, rather than trying to force the ball, but he still can keep the play alive with great escapability. I think whatever team Trey Ford plays for next, I think will be really good. And everyone will go, oh, what did we have? Well, you had him before he aged into the kind of quarterback he could be.
Yeah, it's happened a lot. We've seen it with Tracy Ham. We've seen it with Damon Allen. Same kind of thing where
Calvillo,
exactly.
Calvillo, everybody remembers the last couple years of Calvillo, but they don't remember how many Grey Cups he lost before he got there.
Right. The Las Vegas, the Hamilton years.
Yeah. And just over and over again, all of these guys figure this out. Like it works really well.
Yeah, and I think that he's probably one of the most disrespected players as well, like Vernon Adams. It just seems like no one seems to give him that credit.
Yeah, and I mean, I just love that he's
fans do.
Yeah. I mean, he might as well live at the Frito-Lay factory with as many chips as he can play with on his shoulder at this time in his career, and it's great to see. I mean, he's playing dominant football. I know the numbers don't scream dominant football right now. He passed for 222 yards against Saskatchewan, but from the minute the second half started and they drove and got that touchdown drive, I don't think anybody ever thought that game was in doubt. I think really he imposed his will on this team, and whether that be rushing yards generated or just leading the attack, he does what he needs to do to be successful.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Well, I'll ask you first, Ryan, although I can only imagine what you want to answer, but what are the keys to the game for Calgary on Monday?
I think annually my answer just never changes, does it? It's show up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Show up and play as you're capable. I think if respectfully to the Elks under Mark Killam, they are better than they have been in the last several years. Still won't be enough, but they're better. They're better. Like they're only going to lose by 20 instead of losing by like 30 or 40. You know, I feel like that's and that may sound disrespectful, but that puts them in the exact same category as the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the Saskatchewan Roughriders, the Hamilton Tiger Cats. All of those teams have lost to Calgary by 20. So, I don't think that would be, I'm lumping them in with some pretty solid company.
Heady praise.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, for you,
they're
it is
good
really
enough to only lose by 2.5 scores. Like that's pretty
fantastic.
solid.
I smell a prop bet.
I do too. I smell something else too, but I'm not talking about that.
Is it the sweet, anticipatory deep fried turkey smell?
Yes.
Correct. Saber fan Mike, on the other side of the ball, what are you watching for in this game for the Elks to pull out the W?
Dark clouds in the sky, apparently. Get some rain in there.
Yeah. Farhan hated me for that, by the way.
I saw that.
Farhan really came after me when I said the sunshine, but let's be real about it. The only game that Vernon started and lost was in the rain.
Yeah.
Just saying.
True.
There we go. I like I say every week, I want to see this team improve. I want to see them take a step forward. I want to see them start to gel, which they have been, and I want to see them do that again. This is Killam's first regular season game back in Calgary. Obviously, we had the preseason game, which didn't go great, but they don't really count. So I would like to see, Calgary treated him great when he went down there. They had him on the scoreboard, welcoming him back. I want to see that again, and I want to see him leave with a smile on his face. And not because
that'll
we lost
happen
by 20.
regardless.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I see a lot of the.
You've seen him post game after a loss. It's not very smiley.
Well,
it's not very smiley.
I assume that post game after a loss, maybe as the head coach now he'll be upset. But I think that Mark Killam also has a great grasp on life and understands that while wins and losses are certainly important, he's got a great family with a couple of great kids. And I think being back in Calgary will bring him some happy moments.
Some good existentialism.
Even if it'll be a bad 3 hours, it'll be, Is
it my turn yet? Yeah. Okay, good. Keys to the game. Vernon stubs his toe on Saturday and PJ Walker has to start. That'd be great. Because I don't want Vernon out for a long time.
Just 2 games.
Just two games would be fine. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. No, I do think that, we have to see that defense take another step forward, like you were saying, Mike. And it's difficult against a really, really high powered offense. And I'm hoping, and it's big hope, but I am hoping that Fajardo having some experience is going to help him to navigate that pocket, to get the ball out quickly, because that front four of Calgary is something else. And they worry me in a big way. I almost wonder if they would be looking at putting in some sets of plays for Trey Ford, who can run really fast, particularly that reason, just because there is going to be a lot of pressure coming in. It's going to be a very, very difficult game. I see and I understand what you said, Ryan, about the, lumping with the Hamilton and Saskatchewan, but when Cody came in and the Elks were at the point where we're like, oh, we can't win anything, and they kept it, between those two games, they were only down really 7 points, and it was in total, and they were getting the opportunity to kind of gel still. I feel like they can play to another level, and Killam is trying to get that out of them. He's trying to find that way to get there. So I'm really going to be watching to see how the defense can keep the pressure on Vernon so that our offense gets the opportunity. I think this is going to start as a very defensive game, and second half is it could be difficult. So that's my my rating on the game. But I do hope that we're going to need some special team help on this one to get through it.
Well, and I think you guys can. I mean, you've got Javon Leake, who has proven to be a very good kick returner. And you've got a head coach that has done wonders with good kick returners over the course of his career, and is going to be very familiar with what Calgary's doing. I mean, I think part of what the Elks have a benefit of is that you do have a guy that was in the room last year. And yes, the offense is somewhat different from what it was before. Oh, that's okay. Can you grab my iPad when you get a chance? Thank you. Sorry, that's my wife, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
She is also looking to go back to school tomorrow, assuming she's allowed to.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Again, you're sway with the Alberta government. Please, please get all you can from the Alberta government for the teachers from a working conditions standpoint.
Amen.
And then also a giant fucking raise. But back to what I was saying. The Elks having Mark in the room from a year ago, he's going to be familiar with their offensive set, and familiar with what they do. He worked with Craig last year on the special teams and things like that. So I think there's definitely moments where we can see those kind of things wear out. I think you're right. It probably will be close in the first half, and then we'll see what happens after that. But because Calgary has been a second half team. But you mentioned the front four, and it's not even really a front four. It's the four guys on the line, or the four positions on the line, but there are 6 or 7 guys in that front four rotation that are doing damage. I mean, that hit that Sambu had on Caleros last week was just savagery, and it was straight up, it was clean, it was legal, despite what they showed on TSN with Caleros ducking his head into him a little bit. But Sambu just destroyed Zach Caleros there. And Cody, again, last week's performance kind of put the lie to Cody can't run, but Cody's not that quick, and I think you mentioned that they might have some Trey Ford plays built in there because he's just not as fast as he might need to be. But Clarence Hicks, Flo Oromalade, Hutchings in the middle, I think my favorite quote of the season was from JC talking about Jalen Hutchings. JC Abbott of 3 Down Nation said that when you double team Jalen Hutchings, all you're doing is giving him time to catch his breath before he gets to the quarterback. So I think that's probably my favorite quote of the year. It's good to be good again. I mean, you guys are within a sniff of 500, so that's got to feel great. And this deep into the season. So I think both teams can take joy in how their seasons have turned out so far.
Yeah, except yours was supposed to suck for longer. That's the thing. It's not.
No, again, we don't do that. We don't do that. It's a very quick turnaround. You suck for a little while, and then you're good again.
Title of the podcast.
You only suck for a little while. The CFL orgy.
Wow. Wow. Okay. It's a good thing we're not actually on like live TV. It's great. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
or what's that FM show that I should have been warned about beforehand? Like, that's just the morning show, right? For
That's just
EST.
a morning show. Yeah,
All
we're
right.
safe.
And
We're safe.
congrats, by the way, to Dustin and everybody at the EST, because that's a big deal.
It is.
They went out. They started their own thing, and they believed in themselves, and they've really grown it into something amazing.
Yeah,
That they
100%.
have.
100%. All right. Well, I guess I mean, it's a not a big week for Pick'ems, but I guess we can do that.
You get a point, and you get a point, and you get a point. It's Pick'em, it's Pick'em, it's Pick'em.
All right. So,
Got me the longest break too between games. 8 games, 8 days without a game.
8 days without a game. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't care for it either. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't jump on making Montreal and Ottawa a thing on Labor Day weekend, just to, you know,
Problem
again,
is if you do that, then you've got BC out for 2 weeks in a row, because all of these games are back to backs.
not all, because
Hamilton, Toronto.
I think Hamilton, Toronto don't one
They
of them
don't
is
run
Montreal.
back.
No
No rematch for them.
That's
so
dumb.
it's rematch for us and for
the good teams.
The other teams that think that it's Labor Day, but it's actually Labor Day weekend. That's
Right.
right. I knew we'd all agree with that.
You're
So
almost Labor Day game.
correct. So no, and I mean, they can shuffle it up for the other teams the next week, but it would be cool to have the rivalry games all weekend. But just me, or I don't like only having 3 on the Labor Day weekend. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
No.
And not one starting until Sunday. Come on. Like, anyway, although I did hear a good point on the Third Down Gamble podcast, and I need to thank them for having me on. Is the CFL maybe stepping out a little bit on Thursday, Friday, so that the U Sports can, because their season launches this week, does that give them a little more spotlight on Thursday, Friday? Maybe, but
And NFL games on Thursday, and
yeah, sure, whatever. I just want more of our game. That's all.
amen.
All right, so we have a couple to pick from, and then we will do the prop bet. So put your prop bets into the chat. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but Ryan, you get to pick the prop bet out of the options that come up. And then you know what? I know how much you enjoy setting the line. I'll even let you set the line this week. Just fun. Okay. Because might as well. I can only imagine how this is going to go. All right. So let's start with the almost Labor Day game. Winnipeg facing Saskatchewan in the rectangle. Ryan, who do you got in this game?
That's a fun one.
Isn't it?
I'm gonna go ahead and take. This one's rough. Because I think you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bombers. I'm going to take the Bombers in this one.
Okay.
Because I'd like Calgary to be in first place after Monday. I don't want to have to wait until the following week at the Banjo Bowl. I just want Calgary back in first place, and it would be better if that was on Monday.
Love the picks. Mike, who do you have in this one?
I'm going to take the home team in this one.
All right.
Yeah, Winnipeg really, I don't know. I've been predicting Winnipeg dropping in the standings year after year for the last several years. And once again, they were in the Grey Cup. So I'm hoping this is the year. It's time for something a little different. And I'd like to see a different color green, but we'll take this one in the meantime.
Ew.
I also want to see Saskatchewan go 16-2 and us beat them in the playoffs.
But that's fair. I do like that idea. Yes, that's a good one. So yeah, I'm going with the home team on this one too. I just think they're trying to, kind of bounce back after a very rough performance last week, especially in that second half. So I am excited for them to get up ahead and make that happen. So I am going to oops, I'm going to do this and do this. There we go. Oops. Jeez, dog. So yes, I am going to go with the home team. Anyway, I'm going to go with Asteroid hits the stadium and they have to cancel the game before anybody is in it so that everybody's safe. Okay, next game, the other Labor Day Classic, Toronto visiting Hamilton. So basically a home game for both teams. And let's see how this goes. Mike, you get to pick first.
Yeah, I'm going to take Hamilton in this one. Toronto, again, they've had some really solid performances. I just can't believe yet. They lost a lot of players as well this year, much like Calgary did. They did not bounce back.
They did not. No, not as much. Although they did lay a whooping last week on the BC Lions. That is for sure.
Yeah. 3 time zones though. This is no time zones.
That's fair. Ryan, what do you think?
I think here's the interesting thing, because of course you've got former Stampeder quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell taking on former Stampeder quarterback Nick Arbuckle. There's a bunch of Stampeders coaches on both sides of this matchup this year. But I mean, being real about it, Hamilton's just the better team right now. And again, in the interest of Calgary and how their season is playing out, if Toronto loses this week and Calgary wins, then Calgary will be a half game away from clinching a playoff spot. And so that's what I'm looking for this week. So give me Hamilton to give Calgary the ability to clinch a playoff spot next week in Edmonton.
Jeepers. All right, I'm going to pick Hamilton because I just feel
helps out the Stamps.
No.
Yeah, that's why.
Nope, that's not it at all.
I mean, it also helps out the Elks. Let's not let Hamilton winning helps out the Elks. You've got a better shot at the playoffs if Hamilton wins.
That's fair. But I do also think that Hamilton just has a better defense. And so I think that will, I mean, Toronto's been putting up some points and some yards lately, but usually that still results in an L. And I feel that's what happens in this one is they put up some points, but Hamilton holds them off the board enough for Bo Levi to get a couple extra touchdowns and wins the game. So I will go that route. All right, Superfan. What do we got for prop bets in the chat today?
I've got lots of options here. Let's start with
Ryan perks up.
Dave Winchester is saying Rankin total yards.
Oh my. Okay. Others?
Nathan Big Uke is saying Fajardo over 1.5 passing touchdowns. So Fajardo passing touchdowns.
Okay.
That is a nice looking fella. Just going to throw that out there.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Yes.
It's a good looking fella.
There we go.
He's wearing a nice jersey too, isn't he?
It's true.
I mean, no, but everybody makes mistakes.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
What do we got here? Chris Agar. Pratt Booth, major fouls called total.
Oh, the total major fouls? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
That should be interesting.
Shouldn't it?
Kobe Godwin.
Oh.
Total sacks combined, both teams.
Oh, and he's going after Ryan on that one. Yeah, that's a good. He's trying to pique Ryan's interest on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
Ken says combined passing yards, both teams.
Oh my. Okay.
And sort of a riff on the Big Ukes. Total touchdown passes between both quarterbacks. That's from Tim Capper.
Okay.
And that's not the prop bet. That's the press butt.
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah. They all change it because one week I messed up saying it.
The prep
and
bat.
Oh,
I called it the
okay.
prep bat. And so
All right.
now everybody puts different words
Right.
in because it's more fun.
Except for our friend Leanne, who's
Yes.
got your back.
Oh, look at that. She's usually the first one with the prep ball.
How dare you?
I
Get
know.
food poisoning
How
from Ryan's Hunter.
Dare you?
Oh my.
You're not the only heel turn. I'm just saying.
How dare you?
No delicious deep fried turkey for you. I did one at WrestleMania and it was spectacular.
Oh, I'm sure.
Love
If
It
we
was
could
so
deep
good.
fry, I would love to deep fry it, but we're not allowed
Yeah, I was gonna
What?
say, yeah, we can't have the oil burning at
because it
the-
goes over. It goes to 350 degrees or over, and they won't allow it. City
Yeah.
property.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what? So how
Again,
long
proving
is it-
Edmonton does things 5 times worse than Calgary. That's
what is
There you go.
the? How long does it take to do a deep fried turkey there?
the one I did at WrestleMania was 15 pounds. It was like 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
It's
jeez.
hot oil. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so much better. I won't go back. I
really.
won't go back. Yeah, we got our tax return, and I was like, I'm buying a turkey fryer, and I would not go back. Like at Christmas time, I will be out there, no matter the temperature, deep frying a turkey in my backyard.
Nice.
And what is the cleanup's got to be crazy. Like how does
No,
that?
because I mean
No.
it's just in a pot, so you pour the oil back into the container you got it from and recycle it.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
Interesting.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
That what we were cooking the spaghetti in last tailgate. That's
Yes,
a deep fryer for a turkey.
Oh, okay. All right then. Well,
We just boil water in ours.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we just do it differently. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Any
But aren't
others? Or is-
barbecues over 350 degrees?
It's the oil, because I mean you're not gonna. It's
No.
propane, right? You can't have charcoal. You can only have propane. So it's just a
Okay,
safety
yeah.
issue, right?
Yeah, I'll bring I'm bringing my fire extinguisher with me just in case.
Yeah. We have one.
Good
But,
move.
you
Yeah.
know.
Good move.
The first day I
any
worked in a restaurant, I watched somebody fall into the deep fryer hands first. So
oth-
I have stepped in a deep fryer right after
Oof.
lunch, and that is not as much fun as you'd think.
no.
No, that's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, you work.
All right, Ryan, you had a few different options there. Which prop bet would you like?
There were a lot of good options. I'll throw out a couple preliminary lines. I think total yards for Rankin, assuming he doesn't return kicks, I probably would have put that at -4. I think for I think if we're talking about total sacks, I probably would have put that around 5.5. But I think it might, the Elks might not be on the field long enough for the Stamps to get to 6. So that would be difficult. Let's go with I like total passing yards. I think that one gives us the wildest variety of potential for that. And so for total passing yards, if you will allow me to set the line, I would set the
allow you to
line
set it. Yep.
for the game total. I would put the game total at 519.5 yards.
Ooh.
Holy, what a great line.
519.5 yards over under on total passing yards for this game.
Okay. Mike, what are you picking?
Aha.
That
You
was a
thought
great
I'd
line.
come in swinging with something dumb.
No, I knew that if it was one that was both teams, you would still, you would be close. But okay, what do you got
Yeah,
there?
I was really hoping you'd go with Rankin at -4. I could definitely take you over there.
Yes, I would
Um,
take you over there.
I am
would
still-
definitely take the over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely would.
You saw
I-
what they did to AJ Olette. He was
Yeah.
held to 9 yards on 8 carries at one point.
Still more than -4.
AJ
um,
Willette doesn't catch passes nearly as well. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's the
Fair.
That's
Mhm.
true. No, I'm gonna take the over on this one. I think this could be a heck of a day for passing. If again Calgary does shut down the run, Edmonton has had many games where they've gone straight passing, which has not been great for the sack totals.
Correct.
But I think that there's going to be a lot of stuff through the air.
all right. I am going to take the under on that one.
Interesting.
And I am taking that because I feel that in the fourth quarter there's going to be a lot of running on both sides, mostly Calgary's, but that's just my feeling. All right, Ryan, would you pick the over or under on that one?
I'm going to take the over. Everybody loves
course
an
you
air
are.
show. You know,
Yeah.
we'll get a flyby before the game.
and
Yes.
we'll get an air show during the game. I mean, it will be one-sided, of course. Calgary will have to 519 yards means that Vernon's going to have to pass for 516 yards, which will be tough. But I think we can get to the over if Vernon really kind of goes for it. If he has a Vernon-like day, like a Vernon in BC day, as opposed to what he's been here in Calgary so far, which is just ripping off 60-yard passes and then making 5 or 6 more completions throughout the rest of the game because that's all he needs to do to win.
Yeah. Fair enough. Do you have any of your receivers returning to the lineup this week? Is there guys that you know of returning?
So we haven't had practice yet this week, so we don't know. Dom Rhymes is out with a quad, but he was only on the 1-game list, not the 6-game list. So given the way salary caps work, if they didn't think he was going to be back anytime soon, they probably would have kept him out. Tevin Jones was just listed as an illness all week without any really specificity as to what that illness was. So you hope it's not something that will continue into 2 weeks or longer for Tevin Jones. I know you guys are very familiar with him.
We are.
A great receiver who's been a great utility man for the Stampeders this season. But even if not, if they don't get those guys back, I mean, they've got the Canadian Air Force right now. You've got Jalen Philpott, Clark Barnes, and Damian Alford. And I think all 3 of those guys are starting on any team in the league right now. I think all 3 of those guys would be starters on any team in the league right now. And so the fact that the Stamps have all 3 of them, they're incredibly blessed to have that flexibility within the ratio now because they're starting 6 Canadians on offense with Barnes, Philpott, and Alford, and then the 3 guys on the offensive line as well. I think right now they're incredibly blessed. So I think even if Rhymes and Jones don't come back, you hope they do because they're good receivers. But at the same time, I don't know that Calgary suffers in that passing game right now.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, as always, Ryan, it is such a blast to have you on. It's good for lots of laughs, and I love your homerism. I love how you love playing the heel on our show, and I love how we like to banter. So, and one of these years, both of our teams are going to be really good, and then God, this show is going to be off the charts.
I think I hope so. I mean, it's always better when both teams are good. It's more fun. And I mean, thankfully you guys have this 3-game win streak coming in, so that you can feel some sort of confidence. Like people can get in their car and drive to Calgary for the game and not feel the impending sense of dread with every kilometer that passes. You can go down with at least some optimism. I mean, the drive home's going to be terrible, and we all know that. But at least the drive there, you can hold on to that feeling of maybe we've got a chance all the way to at least Red Deer. And then the common sense might set in, but by that time it's too late to turn around. You're already most of the way there. I'll actually be in Edmonton for the game against for the rematch. For those, my job currently is in Alberta and Saskatchewan sales rep for the company I work for. And so I messaged my boss and I said, I think after Labor Day, I should probably do a run up to Edmonton. I haven't been there in a couple months, and I should probably go up there. Let's make it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because there's back to school. And so, I just managed to work out that the Stamps also play there on Saturday, and happened to figure that out. But so I'll be coming up for the game. The press box being right next to where Westivus happens means I'll be able to be at Westivus, so I can see the seething anger and yet grudging friendship of Joe Balaneski and others, as the Stampeders will probably be laying a licking into the Elks at that time.
Also the title of the podcast.
I can't, the seething anger of Joe Balaneski.
Well,
The seething anger and begrudging friendship of Joe Ballantine.
I think I've seen that movie.
I think that's the title when we have him on next. That's what I
Yeah,
think it'll be.
the
Yes.
seething anger of Joe Balaneski. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. If you take offense to any of the things I've said on this show in person, feel free to show up at Westivus and speak to me about it as I cower behind Andrew and hope to not get punched.
Cower behind me. Nice.
Well, yeah, that way the people aren't going to swing over you. You're a relatively large fella. You've got stature.
I do, but still, I love how you put me in the middle.
You've got the kind of haircut that make people think I shouldn't swing at him.
It's the haircut. Yes, that's
it's the haircut. The haircut, the stature, the way you present yourself.
That's what it is.
You've got that Edmonton tough guy look to you.
I'm very menacing. Yeah,
very incredibly menacing.
Yes,
incredibly. I've said it for minutes.
Whereas as Mike gives off the vibe that he's, as long as you're nice, he will bring you presents in December.
Right.
He's got that, the full white beard, the bowl full of jelly, the rosy red cheeks.
It's true.
It's lovely.
The wife, who I'm sure does a mean cookie.
Does a mean cookie? Probably.
I assume so.
Yeah. It's fair to guess that. All right. Well, let's do some. Actually, before we sign off, there, Mike, was there any questions that we need to deal with in the chat? That it's like, why do you have Ryan on the show every year? Because we're friends. Somehow we're still
exactly.
friends. Yeah, every year.
Let's see who we got here. Tim Capper, a good friend, and says 2025 Calgary reminds me so much like 2023 Montreal.
Oh. All right. Well,
fair.
Yeah, they had a good ending for that one, I guess. Yeah.
My good friend Daryl McMahon, who I got to see this last weekend.
Yes.
With the stamps rolling as they are, I hope their fans fill the place that bears my name and they all go home sad.
The Elks fans, he means, right?
Oh, is that what he means? I don't know.
Yeah, the Elks fans. This is an Elk fan show.
Right.
And I hope they do fill the place. Come down and represent your team better than the Riders did last week.
Yeah. There's always 10,000 Rider fans. Haven't you heard? Chris Agar, is anyone local in the chat heading to the game on Monday?
Oh, all right. Well, I think Ryan's going to be there.
I think so.
Yeah. Excellent. I wish I was going down, but
you still can. It's just a bad night's sleep. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Your kids are old enough to drive, aren't they?
Yes, but they do not.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was saying they could drive home on the highway while you write on your laptop in the passenger seat.
That would be great, but unfortunately, no.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Get Mike to drive. Get Mike.
There you go.
There we go. Perfect. You're one of those self-driving cars. You're fine.
Yeah.
John K says next week should the Elks play Cody Fajardo one game and Trey Ford 1 week to give each other a chance and rest. I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see that happening.
From plays, maybe, but
like I said, maybe some series for Ford, depending on if they have like a set group of plays for him. But I think Cody's in there, and unless one of these monsters gets to him and he gets injured, I think it's mostly Cody Fajardo.
Yeah, I think Cody's been too good to take him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim Capper also says, Kayla missing? Nah, sorry, Montreal. She had no issues being seen with me.
That's true. She was in Montreal and in Ottawa for games. It's
not that she's afraid to be seen with me. It's that she's terrified of me. It's not like she thinks that I'd bring her down. It's that she understands she can't compete.
Right.
And so,
oh my,
it's the Stephanie McMahon versus Chris Jericho. It's great.
She cowers in fear, and she's it's okay. It's okay. When I come into town and we have a gunfight on this show, she's armed with spoons, and that's not a bad thing. It's okay to just be nice.
That's
Armed with spoons.
I think she doesn't come because what's that saying? If you have nothing nice to say,
Show up on the Elks podcast. Show up on the Turf District. That's what my mother told me.
that's your rule. That's right.
Yeah,
that's
she
what it
said.
must
She
be.
said if you have nothing nice to say, find a podcast about an Edmonton sports team.
That's true. It's very true.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
And
my.
last one up, Tim Capper. Ryan, please go to the diary room. And there we are.
Well played. Well played. All right, Ryan, where does everybody find you online to follow all of your fun and games and, of course, all of your information on the Calgary Stampeders?
On every social media platform, you can find me at BBCanRyan, BBCANRYAN. Yes, I know the other acronym sticks, but that's not what that's for. Although it does give us, I don't want to say a small hint into Mike's personality, that's how he immediately laughed at. But anyway, I'm just saying, whatever. Big Brother Canada. But you can find me on all platforms. It is a relatively unique internet identifier for me. I am not always active on those, though. I am most active, of course, on the hellscape that is Twitter, or that was Twitter. That's where you'll find me the easiest. And of course, you can read all of my thoughts about the game and all of those things alongside that of our intrepid co-host, the Freep, on 3downnation.com. You can find all of our stuff, all of my stuff there.
Fantastic. Super fan, where does everybody find you?
You can find me on pretty much all the socials at 56 Sparkies, and then the Edmonton Football History segment with the Hoard and Tell, lots of history at the Edmonton Football History account at EDMHISTOREE.
Wonderful. Lovely. Follow our sister commissioner at Duchess Lombardi. You can follow me at Free Policious, where again I will have some thoughts on the game one way or the other. Sometimes it takes longer to process before I get to write those, just because I need to calm down, but that's all right. We will have those will be coming out hopefully Monday night, Tuesday morning. And of course, you can follow the show at the Turf District. That's on all of different social media channels. If you can, throw the show a like, a comment, a share. Any of those things help to grow the show. We really appreciate it. Try to get more people to join us so that we can continue to have these fun conversations.
Send it to your MLA. We'll talk about license plates.
That's right.
But get the license. Really, write a letter now. Ask for we want license.
Write a letter.
Green.
How
and
old
gold.
are you?
I love it. It's more fun this way. I want to see if anybody knew what it meant. It was fun. Yeah. Write a
What's
letter.
a stamp?
What is this?
They're
pen
the
supposed to
winning
do?
team on Labor Day.
Oh, is that what it
That's
is?
what a stamp is.
Oh my. Okay, well, on that note, we will be back next Tuesday night. So join us then as we talk and get set for the rematch game. Of course, we'll have another tailgate to get prepared for, and Linda will bring us some wonderful beers for that one. And Kayla will likely be back because Ryan won't be here. So make sure that you join us for that. And of course, follow our good friends at Pay It Forward with Football. They continue to spread kindness, and they have an event coming up in October to help support spreading that kindness. So please join that and be part of that. So for Ryan and Linda and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, I guess Commissioner Kayla, I should say as well. Sure, let's do that. And Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.